I also learnt a lot as well that things are always not what it seems in DeFi. One needs to be quite smart on how they do things because it's like pretty much like a wild west, without any regulations or rules in place. Eventually, I made some good friends, people like Kevin White and Coach Andrew. I've known them even before I started working for Warfi. They're very, very good people, always had my
Hmm.
back. And
Yeah.
I then started working for Warfi. Coach Andrew, he offered me a position there. I was actually an investor in Warfi. I started helping out the community voluntarily, and my talent and skills were noticed by the team. Hence, I was offered a role in Warfi, and it's been great actually. Met some wonderful people. Like Lieutenant DeFi, I met him. T Gunner, I was friends with him prior to in Warfi, so it was great. Obviously, we all got to work together, and I started to see what Jason Baxter's vision was, where he has seen how there are many, many bad actors in the DeFi space, which is
Mm.
hurting a lot of new investors who are coming in. People they get burnt or robbed or scammed, and all these projects that you see, like offering like very, very high returns, like 2% a day, 5% a day, which they're all basically Ponzi's. You cannot do like consistent 5% a day or things like that.
Yeah.
We've all seen how those basically turns out to be. Um,
Hmm.
so I want to see like what can I do? Okay, just to like help Jason Baxter and the project itself, like to expand on it, to like bring it to more people, outside of the Warfi ecosystem. So that's when like I decided to design the Warhaven, which uses the same trading bots. So all the same safety, same parameters, everything is exactly the same. Just a couple of differences, of course, between the war bots and war dragons that we have. So these are all on the Gitbook as well, explained out.
Hmm.
And but I didn't want it just to be like a reskin, like where just a little reskin design with better rates. I wanted to create them into some sort of like a utility kind of an NFT, where not only are you earning your monthly trading bots from real profits, but these NFTs also have a function as well. And that's where the
Mm.
gamified element comes in. We use very, very advanced gamified elements where as your NFT grows higher in tier, it actually has a purpose. It gets you more benefits from the Warhaven ecosystem. So that's me in a nutshell, basically.
Awesome. I didn't realize you had been in finance that long. That's really impressive. Um, well, it seems like you have definitely done better than me in crypto. It sounds like it. um, but it's very interesting. Um, so you joined up with you were part of Warfi before you began Warhaven, correct?
Yes, I am still part of Warfi, just so everybody's aware.
Okay.
So I still do my duties in Warfi while I'm still doing my role as the CEO in Warhaven as well.
Okay. All right. And so uh, were Kevin and Coach Andrew, were they part of the Warfi team, or did they join you when you started Warhaven? How did the team come together?
Yes. So, Coach Andrew, he is the vice president of Warfi, actually. So, Jason's second in command.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
we decided he would be the best person to be our COO in Warhaven. He's publicly doxed as well, and the community they know him. They have a lot of highly respect for him, and he's very, very trustworthy. So
I'm
he
sure.
was the right person to handle everything on the back end side for the admin side, you see, because he's already been doing it in Warfi. So
Right.
because it's the same trading bots that we're using, even the money in our trading bot that comes in, it goes to Warfi, you see. So
Hmm.
everything's the exact same, like security, that we have for our investors.
Right.
Kevin White, as I said, he's a close friend of mine. I met him through a different project that we were both investors in. So we formed a good friendship, and we've actually been like planning on like creating projects even prior to me becoming part of the Warfi team. However,
Hmm.
I didn't have the resources back then on how to like start it. As you
Hmm.
know, things can take a lot of capital and everything. And over
Yeah.
time, of course, as I became like part of the Warfare team, things started to like opportunities, presented itself where I was now in a position for both me and Kevin White for us to start our own project, which was the Wild Haven.
Okay. Excellent. Well, that's great. So, how long has Warhaven? Um, how long has it been since you started Warhaven?
So Warhaven, it was officially launched on the 19th of May this year. So it was just a couple of months ago that it started.
Okay. All right. And so and it's using the same bots that Warfi uses. And
That's
how many? Yeah.
Yeah, so there are a couple of differences between the functions of the war bots in Warfi and
Mm-hmm.
the war dragons in Warhaven. So with the Warfi war bots, people they have the option of where they're able to like compound 100% of their earnings, or they can do a 50-50 split every month where 50% of the earnings goes back into compounding, and the other
Mm-hmm.
50% you can claim it. And the third option is you can just claim the full amount. Now, for the profit split, it's a 90-10 split. So if, say, a user was to earn $100, then $90 is what they basically get, and
Mm-hmm.
$10 goes to Warfi. So from that $90, they can do their compound 50-50 or the full claim if they
Ah,
wish to.
I
Now,
gotcha.
with the War Dragon, it's slightly different. With the War Dragon, it's actually a 91-9 split. So out of every $100 that you earn,
Mm-hmm.
$91 the user gets back, and $9 basically goes to the treasury, which is a split where Warfi gets 5% and Warhaven gets, 4% from
Right.
that 9% that we share.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do 50-50 compound, like 50-50 compound and claim. We do have 100% compound you can do and 100% claim you can do. However, we also allow people that not only can you claim in USDC, just like Warfi Warbots, you can also claim in wrap Bitcoin as well on the Polygon network. So this was designed where those people, who believe in like, Bitcoin halving's coming up very, very soon.
Mm-hmm.
The price of Bitcoin is going to appreciate in the long term. So it allows
Mm-hmm.
people to like accumulate wrap Bitcoin, for the long term. So you can imagine if somebody has deposited enough where they build up their pool quite high, then they might be potentially earning like, let's just say, $500 worth of Bitcoin or even $1,000 of Bitcoin every
Mm-hmm.
month,
Yeah.
for the foreseeable future, which
Right.
will be a great way for somebody who's into Bitcoin to accumulate them. So those are the differences in between the basics stats, of course. Now, both the Warfi and the Wildhaven, they do have a feature where as your pool increases, it does upgrade into a higher tier. Um, so with the War
Oh.
Dragon, if you start off with, say, a $500 deposit,
Mm-hmm.
it starts off as a dragon egg. Once like you reach like a $1,000 deposit value, which is at $850 pool, it turns into a War Dragon tier. And once you reach
Mm.
$8,500 pool, it becomes a Dragon Lord. And at $42,500 pool, it becomes a Dragon King. And at $100,000 pool, it becomes a Dragon God tier. Now, each of those tiers actually serves a function. It has a
Mm-hmm.
utility onto them. So the War Dragon tier gives you access to our private channel in our Discord. This is where all the alpha is shared behind the scenes, and it gives people a lot more access to more information. Whether that information is done through the private channel or they just want to have a chat with me. I mean, I've got some people
Mm-hmm.
So I speak with them on a regular basis every week. One
Right.
to two people every week. I'm always on the phone with them because they
Right.
like that personal touch. You see, so
Right.
that all that benefit you get with the War Dragon tier, and if you go out higher to the Dragon Lord, this actually gives you access to our Dragon Chair NFT, which is coming out in the future. It, gi- you need to be that tier in order to be allowed to be purchased the Dragon Chair NFT. And if you are a Dragon King tier, you actually get access to our the Awoken NFTs, which is the first of its kind where you can earn up to 10% fixed rate every month, regardless of market condition. I mean, you could have crypto go down by 9%. You will still get 10% every month fixed. That's not a
Wow.
problem. Now, I know a lot of
Yeah.
people might be thinking, hang on, how can this guy actually give 10% every month? I mean, that's unsustainable, right? I mean, you've seen all these other projects where they're doing like, fixed rate, but what happens to them, right?
Right. Right.
There's a difference, you see. All of these other projects, they offer from the get-go, we're going to give you that amount. They don't have any revenue sources or anything built up to be able
Mm,
to accommodate that. But
right.
we do things realistically. I calculate everything mathematically. So like the Awoken NFT, they're be coming out in 6 years time frame. It's a long time, yes, but it also gives people that opportunity where, you know what, in 6 years, I can easily get to a Dragon King tier, which will give me that facility that I'm now entitled to buy that Awoken NFT. And we would have built up enough revenue stream where we can afford to pay 10% every month for the remainder of the project lifetime.
How much? What's the amount to have the Dragon King NFT? The amount that you need to have trading?
For the Dragon King NFT, your pool balance needs to be $42,500. So in 6 years' time, if
It's
somebody was to die
very
before, say,
possible.
let's say, yeah, exactly. So I
If you
wanted to give people that realistic time frame to actually get there and allow our project to also, have in place the amount of revenue streams, everything in place to be able to afford pay that kind of amount. Plus, these Awoken NFTs are extremely limited, because
how
if I
many are there?
allowed it, let's just say that there will be around 100 of them, extremely limited.
Can you tell me the cost of these, or have you not decided yet?
At this moment in time, these information, I'm not revealing them at the moment right now.
Okay.
Um, because the
Interesting.
only reason, I mean, I have got a certain set cost for them and a certain
Mm.
payout for the 10%. Also, just so you know, that 10% actually can be broken. It can actually go higher under certain special conditions,
And the t-
which
the
I'll
t-
get in.
and the 10%. What is that 10%? That can be paid in like USDT
USDC.
or wrapped Bitcoin as well.
It's going to be paid in USDC. The
USDC.
Awoken, I've basically designed it in a way. It's like what I want is I want people to take income. They get income,
And
So USDC.
how I have questions here. It's okay if you can't answer them. How much can you have um, in the trading bot? Like, is there a limit that you can have in this Awoken NFT if you're getting 10% monthly?
Yes, there is a cap on how much your pool will be for the, well, I don't call it pool, I actually call it value. Okay.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna throw an arbitrary number out here right now, okay? Yeah.
Hmm.
Right.
Sure,
So this
sure.
is not the official, just so you know. Let's say the value of your Awoken NFT is $1,000 value.
Okay.
So because the value is $1,000, and if you upgrade it up to the 10%, because it starts at a minimum percent, just so you know, okay? You
Hmm.
need to upgrade it to that 10%. So if you're at that 10% upgrade level, then 10% of $1,000 value equals $100 every month that you'll get, regardless of market condition. So you can imagine if somebody has, like, let's say 10 of them. So now you're earning $1,000 every month fixed. Now,
So
just
so it. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
sorry, I was going to say, like, I mean, when I actually brought this to Jason Baxter, who's the CEO and president of our Warfi Discord, Because I had to go through with him before I can actually get Warhaven out. You see, I had
Hmm.
to go through the entire maths, you know, the business plan, everything, and I had to convince him first. Well, I had to show to him that yeah, you know what, it's realistic possible to pay a fixed return every month. So he's seen the information on how it's actually realistically possible to do it. So this is why I can actually guarantee in the future that anybody who gets into the Awoken NFT, you can get up to 10% fixed rate every month. That's not a problem. And I'm staking my reputation in the entire DeFi space online for it.
And it'll be the Awoken NFT. It'll be paying you 10% on what
Picking
the
up the
Awoken NFT cost.
Sorry,
Like,
can you repeat that again, please? Your line went a bit.
oh, did it? Can you hear me all right?
Yes,
Okay. The Awoken NFT will pay you 10% of the price you paid for the NFT.
that's correct.
So, okay, so it's not something like the War Dragon where you can have it like continue compounding and increase. It's just it
No,
pays you out.
that's correct. Yeah. So with the Awoken NFT, there is no compound involved. Okay.
Okay.
You put in compounding with a fixed rate, mathematically, it will not be sustainable. There's no infinite money in this world. So anybody who offers a fixed rate with compounding forever, that's going to crash. It's not
Yeah.
mathematically sustainable. You
Right, right,
see.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
That's yeah, we had the same we found the same thing with the Prisma 1 NFTs is that there's a certain limit where we won't pass that because if you start, you know, trying to trade massive amounts of money, then you're going to be moving the market and it doesn't work after a while.
exactly.
All right.
Exactly. There has to be, limitations on certain things, of course. So, like if people are happy, like, getting 10% fixed rate every month and everything, but no compounding involved, like in traditional sense, like how we do with the War Dragon, where you can compound every month to
Hmm.
whatever the cap is, for the pool balance.
Hmm.
It's more easy to pay fixed rate like that. But if you add in compounding exponentially with a 10% fixed rate, it's just going to crash, you see.
Right,
So
right,
Awoken
right,
is designed more like where, you know what, you're just taking income every month, but at least you know how much you're getting every month.
right, right. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. So you have no idea what the price will be of these. You just threw out $1,000 just as an example, but
I
um,
do have like a certain price figure, like, I've already designed it, just so you know, the design's already there, it's
okay,
completed. I
okay,
just can't release it right now, you see, because we're not at that level yet with
sure,
revenue stream in order to pay what I want. So the model has already been designed. These
cool,
are all designed way before Warhaven even launched,
okay,
but now's not the time yet to release it, you see. And I need to be very careful about what information I give regarding the Awoken NFT because it's something which has never been done in DeFi yet, where somebody can
sure.
actually guarantee rates. Remember, I'm using the word guarantee here,
Hmm. No, it's amazing. Yeah, yeah, and you don't want to. I
guaranteed in
understand.
life.
You don't.
But the way, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. You cut out for a second, so I thought you were done talking. Go ahead.
Oh, right, my apologies. Yeah, so I was just saying, like, but with that Awoken, it's an exception, you see, because that one I have mathematically able to design it, where even at that, just remember, this is in 6 years' time, of course. Even in that time frame, let's say, okay, the crypto markets, everything started crashing by 90% or even 99%, I can still guarantee 10% every month.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. Huh. Well, that sounds very, very cool. That's something to work up towards. Um, now, uh, the this picture that you put over here, the Warhaven ecosystem. Um, I see War Dragon, Whelp Dragon at the bottom, Dragon, then Dragon Slayer. Is this the tiers you were telling me about, where the Dragon King and Dragon Lord, or is this something different?
This is something different, actually. So this
Okay.
is like just to help people understand, like, when you come into the War Haven ecosystem, what are the levels, like the path that you're going to be going for each of the products? So it's like a guide, if you want to call it. So when somebody deposits into the trading pool with our War Dragon, for every $500 deposit that you put in into your trading pool, that's going to be creating you, monthly trading profits. You earn a free Whelp Dragon. So you can see that little purple dragon there at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And once you collect all 12 of them, you can actually get a Dragon Slayer NFT, which is the level 2. So you basically get these NFTs for completely free, just for doing your normal deposits. Now, the Whelp Dragons that you earn, they actually do have some use case functions. So not only is it that you can earn a Dragon Slayer NFT for collecting all 12, but if we ever have like any sort of, say, whitelist roles for anything, so currently we've actually got the Slayer NFT whitelist role going on, which gives
Mm-hmm.
you a 40% discount, from our trading cards that we're going to be launching, very, very soon. But
Mm-hmm.
for every single one Whelp Dragon that you own, up to a maximum percent off the discount. So from that 40%, it can increase up to 52%. So you get an extra 12% discount on top just for owning Whelp Dragon. And this is for all future whitelist roles that we bring out, for our investors on any sort of products. And the Dragon Slayer NFT is actually a very powerful NFT because the Slayer token that's coming out in November in our ecosystem, anybody who owns a Dragon Slayer NFT, they will earn a portion of rewards every month from the volume fees. So this is completely free and it's only given to people who own the Dragon Slayer NFT. So this is a way where they can earn some extra income on top of their reward bed.
Huh. Where is that coming from? The percentage of the fees that you guys get like monthly from all the money that's been invested?
So from the fees, when people they buy and sell, okay, instead of that fee going to Warhaven Treasury,
Mm-hmm.
we're just giving it to them.
Like all of it? Like how? It's no.
So we'll be using those fees,
Uh-huh.
and with those fees, we'll be minting our Shadow Slayer token, which is our secondary token.
Okay.
That is a token that is actually backed by Wrap Bitcoin, and it has a lot of other rewards backing it as well. So anybody who owns a Dragon Slayer NFT, every month they can just claim the reward from the reward pool. So this is something completely free that they're getting just for doing the normal deposits on the trading bots.
Oh. And it's going to be paid out in the rewards will be paid out in Shadow Slayer tokens,
That's correct. Yes,
and
it's going to be
those
paid out in Shadow Slayer.
and you said those tokens are, did you say uh, paired with Bitcoin?
That's correct. They're backed by Wrap Bitcoin. So users will receive that token, and so this way, because it's wrapped by Wrap Bitcoin, um, I strongly believe that Bitcoin is going to appreciate higher that they're earning in Shadow Slayer token as Bitcoin value increases over the long term. Each
Could
of
you?
those tokens are
I'm
going to be worth more as well in the future.
I'm sorry, Raj. Could you repeat like the first 10 seconds of that sentence? You cut out.
Yes, I was just saying that, I personally believe that Bitcoin is going to go higher in the
Hmm.
future over the long term. So because each of these Shadow Slay token is backed by Wrap Bitcoin, over the long term, each of those tokens are going to be worth higher in value as Bitcoin increases in price. And not only that, they're also supported by our trading bots as well. So this way,
Interesting.
there is a revenue that's been generated that's supporting owners of the Shadow Slayer token, which I'll go into that once we get to the level 5 stage to explain more about that.
Okay.
For our level 3,
Sorry to interrupt there, Raj. Do you want to explain, I guess, the difference between something being backed by Wrap Bitcoin and being paired with that Wrap Bitcoin? So just the
yes, of course.
backing of it and why that actually helps it appreciate.
Yeah, that would be very
Yes,
valuable to me because I didn't even realize there was a difference.
right. Okay. Yes, of course. That's fine. My apologies. Yes. Okay. So our Shadow Slayer token, when I say it's backed by Wrap Bitcoin, is you can basically redeem your Shadow Slayer token and you get back Wrap Bitcoin equivalent value in
Mm,
Satoshi value.
mm,
So let's say each token is worth around $1 in Wrap Bitcoin. Okay.
mm,
Now, if the price of Bitcoin increases by, say, 10%, then the value of that token is going to increase to $1.10 as well.
mm-hmm.
Now,
I
if
got you.
Bitcoin was to go down in value, so will the token as well. However, where what we do is because when the fees are paid to the treasury, from the trading volume, the team mints those tokens first, you see. And what the way we designed it is around 3% of the mint fee, which is done by the team. This goes towards the backing as well to help increase the price. So with every mint that we do, we slowly increase the token's price because it's an appreciating token.
Wow.
Not only that, but also we, like I said, we're going to have some trading bots as well set aside to help support it as well.
And
So, so this way,
will these
yes,
tokens be tradable at all, or is it just you get them and then you can cash them in for Bitcoin whenever you want? Will people
yeah,
just be able to buy these tokens?
no. People they cannot mint them in traditional sense. They can mint them through a different method in our Slayer token. So with our Slayer token, where people they can buy the Slayer token, they can sell the Slayer token for USDC. We also have what I call an alternative redeem system. This means that with your Slayer token, you can choose to either sell it for USDC to get profit, or you can basically, instead of selling it for USDC, you can redeem it where it changes into Shadow Slayer token for you. So this is the only way for somebody to get into the Shadow Slayer token, unless you got some NFTs, of course, like our big bundle sales that we're doing at the moment. Because every NFT holders they get Shadow Slayer token for free every month.
Hmm.
That is the only other way to actually get it. So if you don't have any NFTs, the only way you can get them is buying Slayer token. Once you're in profit range, you can just choose, instead of taking USDC, you can choose to have the value be converted into Shadow Slayer token for you.
Okay. Okay. Very cool. All right.
And the other good thing about the Shadow Slayer token as well is that every month we have what we call like a proof of holding staking. So there's going to be a reward pool that's going to be fed by our trading bots. So let's say right now there's 10,000 Shadow Slayer token in existence, just using an arbitrary number there.
Hmm.
Now, let's say that I owned 1,000 Shadow Slayer tokens. So that's 10% of the supply that I basically own.
Hmm.
I choose to stake my 1,000 Shadow Slayer token. That's being staked by the rest of the community. So I own 10% of the pool. Now,
Okay.
say we as the team, we were to put in $1,000 worth of rewards in that pool. Because I own a 10% of the staking power, I will get $100 for free every month.
Hmm. That is not bad.
So you can
Not
see
bad at
how
all.
I'm giving rewards left, right, and center from so many different things in the ecosystem.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. So that is the Dragon Slayer NFT. That's
That's correct. Yeah.
the level 2. And what's the timeline on when these NFTs will be coming out?
Right. Well, the Dragon Slayer and the Whelp Dragon, we've already done airdrops to our community already. We just recently finished it actually last week,
Okay.
and even now, anybody who comes in, you can still earn them. The
Okay.
Dragon Slayer, there's a cap of 200 ever in existence. So
Oh,
I believe currently right now we've minted so far 36 already. So there's still time to collect them.
okay.
However, something important I just need to clarify. You earn one Whelp Dragon for every $500 deposit that you do. So it takes 12 Whelp Dragons just to earn a Dragon Slayer NFT. So that's about $6,000 in deposits, total deposits that you've done cumulative.
I
Now,
gotcha.
once Dragon Slayer NFT has reached 100 in circulation, the last 100 is going to be a bit more harder.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as Dragon Slayer NFT is at 100, then it takes $1,500 deposits just to earn one Whelp Dragon NFT.
Hmm.
So this way, early people who get in more sooner,
Mm.
they have an easier time in accumulating Dragon Slayer NFT. But anybody, it's just that they just won't have the same advantage as early people who got in.
And so you can
Because
earn more. Yeah, and you can earn more Whelp Dragons by letting your money compound. Correct.
Uh, the Whelp Dragons, you can only earn them only from actual deposits. So if you just compound your trading pool, that does not qualify you for free Whelp Dragons. It has to be actual deposits that you've done.
Wow. All right. Well, then that is going to be a very rare NFT indeed. I can't even imagine what levels 3, 4, and 5 are going to be. How long until you get to levels 3, 4, and 5? Do you have a timeline on those?
Yes, by November, everything will be out.
By
So
November.
currently,
Okay.
we've got the big bundle sale going on right now, which is extremely powerful. Because usually, to buy everything that you need for the big bundle, it can cost up to $2,500. But we're doing it at 56% discounted rate for $1,100. What that does is it actually gives you 50 trading cards. That's from our level 3. So you get 10 packs. Each pack has 5 unique cards from the Slayer NFT character cards. And they also give you 6 free Whelp Dragons just for buying one big bundle. If you
Oh.
buy anything more than one big bundle, let's say you bought 2 big bundle, so
Mhm.
you'll get 6 free Whelp Dragons for your first big bundle that you bought. You'll
Mhm.
get 8 free Whelp Dragons for your second. If you were to buy a third one, you'll get 10 free Whelp Dragons extra on top. And if
Hmm.
you bought a fourth one, you will get 12. Sorry, you get 6 for the first, 8 for the second, 10 for the third, and for the fourth one, you get 12 Whelp Dragons. And every additional big bundle that you buy, you get an extra 12 Whelp Dragons. So if you're getting 12 Whelp Dragons, that's pretty much a free Dragon Slayer right there
Right.
for you.
Right.
So this is the fastest and most cost-effective way to actually accumulate mass amounts of Whelps and Dragon Slayer NFTs.
Right.
Not only that, the big bundle also gives you free Dragon Vault and Dragon Key NFT. These two are very, very special NFTs. The Dragon Vault and Dragon Key are actually the most overpowered NFTs in our ecosystem. Not only as a trading card as well, which my colleague Kevin, he will go into those in a moment for you.
Mhm.
But the Dragon Vault gives you access to a referral link. So you could create a referral link and pass it on to friends or family. Now, whenever any of your friends or families, they do any sort of trading in the Slayer ecosystem, a portion of the fees, which was supposed to go to the Warhaven treasury, instead of us taking it, we give it to you. Simple.
Nice.
So this is not only good for individual investors, it's also good for projects, to increase their treasury. Because try to imagine this. Imagine a treasury right now, a different project, they just bought one big bundle. Now they can set a referral link and give it to their community or anyone. Now, whatever trading that's happening, a portion of those fees, instead of going to Warhaven, is now going to the community. So they're making free income just from us. So that's a good, I would
Yeah.
say that's a good strategy for any project actually. Now, the
Yeah.
Dragon Key is a very, very special NFT because it has so much utility. Firstly, each of these Slayer NFT character card packs have their own reward pool in the Slayer token ecosystem, just like the Dragon Slayer, which people can claim every month. For every pack that you own, like 5 cards, bear in mind the big bundle gives you 10 packs, so you get a bigger share, of course. You can also claim Shadow Slayer token every month from its own separate reward pool. Now, the Dragon Key NFT has its own reward pool as well, but it's the largest. It pays, its pool size is basically 3 times bigger than the other ones. So it gives you a higher reward. Okay. And not only that, in the future, when we release other products as well, a certain portion of the profits that we make from these certain selected products in the future, these are also going to be given to the Dragon Key NFT holders and Dragon Slayer NFT holders, with Dragon Key holders receiving the majority of them. So as the Warhaven ecosystem grows over the years, more and more income is going to be sent to those NFT holders. So they will start to see that the monthly income is actually more and more increasing. Now, you might
Yeah.
remember early on I mentioned that the Awoken NFT 10% fixed rate cap can be actually broken. For every Dragon Key NFT user owns, that 10% cap increases by another 0.5% fixed rate.
Oh
So if
wow.
somebody was to own, say, 10 of them, okay, instead of getting 10% fixed rate every month, you're now getting 15% fixed rate every month, regardless of market conditions.
Wow. That's
So you can
crazy.
see how that is, you see.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'd like to do is, before we actually go on to level 4 or level 5, I would like my Kevin, if you can explain more about the card system actually, because that is quite crucial.
Sure. Yeah. If he's able to, he might be somewhere where he can't talk.
Kevin, are you available?
Let's see if
Right.
he's writing a. Yeah, he
Okay,
might be.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll go on to regard the Slay token itself. Okay, now the Slay token is a very, very unique token that I've basically developed. The way I've designed it and everything, I looked at every other token that's been around, like things like, LP pool, rebasing, etc., etc. I took the information from all of these types of models you see, and I looked at like what can be done to actually improve upon it. So the way the Slayer token model it basically works is it doesn't follow the traditional sense of how pricing structures work. You see, it works on an incremental stages. The pricing structure works. It's an extremely volatile token. I want to make that very, very clear. So the price of the token it actually increases very fast. Now, the price of the token also decreases very fast as well. However, there's a big difference. Now, when the price of the token is going up or down, okay, there's actually a second hidden price as well, which what I call the reserve price. This is the price that the token can never ever go down below, which is always increasing with every single transaction that's happening.
Cool.
So try to imagine right now that the token, let's say it went from $1 to let's just say 20 $20. Okay.
Right.
Now the reserve price might have increased to let's say $8. If people were to sell it, and I mean completely exit every single token was sold, the price can never go below $8.
Wow.
So now if anybody wants to get back into it, they will have to buy from $8 onwards. So now because everybody started to buy again, say the price of the token went to $50. And
Yeah.
if every single token in existence was to be sold, the price will probably go down to, let's say, $28. It can never go below $28. So the minimum floor percentage, the price of the token, it keeps on increasing.
Wow.
So whatever the minimum floor pricing is, it can never ever go down. You could have a whale who just gobbles everything up on launch day, for example.
Hmm.
He could end up selling it all and everything. Not a problem. I wouldn't worry too much about it because all he's done is he just helped increase the reserve price. That's gone
Yeah.
up, you see. Okay.
And
Now,
what's the
uh,
taxes to make that work?
okay, so the buy tax for that is going to be 15%. Now, the
Hmm.
sales tax is going to be 10%. Now, there's a reason why the tax is actually around that amount. Half the taxes from the buys and sell, so this is 50% of taxes, it actually goes into our trading bots. Now, for us in the project for Wildhaven, our rates that unlike every other investors on how much their deposit value is and everything and how much they pay, we have a more specialized rates, which allows us to increase our earnings a bit more faster than
Hmm.
say like if somebody was to just get a Wild Dragon right now. So effectively one could look at it as like the tax is actually like 7.5% buy and 5% sell. But because we're giving another 7.5% is going to trading bots and another extra 5% from the sell side is going to trading bots. This is so that we can support the system. Because there are two special events that happens with the Slayer token. There's a Calamity event and there's a Ragnarok event, which I'm gonna post our image there to help better explain this.
Okay.
This was created by one of our community members, Mercules. Thank you very much for that.
Wow.
Okay, so here's how it works. Okay, the Calamity event. Now try to imagine, I'm just using the average number here because I don't want to give the exact values for this. Let's say the token launches at $1 right now. Let's say it goes to $20. When it gets to $20, a Calamity event will happen. What that basically means is that the price resets to what its reserve price is. This is to allow holders where how sometimes holders can come in a bit late and they're like thinking, man, I wish I could have gotten at a better price, just a dollar cost averaging.
Right.
Well, the reserve, because the price resets to reserve price, it allows people to keep on dollar cost averaging at a
Right.
better
Right.
price, you see.
Right.
But it also allows users as well to take profit before the Calamity event happens and allows them to buy back in at a cheaper price. And remember, because we've got our reserve minimum price always increasing, this will also keep on going up. So if you look at the chart here, you'll see that after the way Mercury did this was because people would not know when the Calamity event's going to quite happen. After the first Calamity event, people will have like a rough idea to gauge when the next one might happen. So just before the second Calamity event happens, everybody starts selling and taking profits. Okay.
Hmm.
Calamity event happens, price goes down to reserve price. Everybody starts buying back in, buy. And before the next Calamity event happens, everybody starts selling and taking profits. So I'm helping educate people to buy low, sell high. Because if
Hmm.
you buy something low and then you sell it high, you make profit. Simple as
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Now, once these Calamity events have happened a few times, after every Calamity event, the price can actually go more higher. There's a pricing structure that I've created, which I call price caps. And once a cap is hit, that's when the Calamity event triggers, and then the next cap basically unlocks. Now, once it gets to the Ragnarok event, and this is the thing that I love about this, okay? When a Ragnarok event happens, what we do is we take every single funds from the LP pool.
Hmm.
We pull out every single funds from the trading pot that's just going to be compounding from day one. Okay, we've already got trading bots that are set up before the token even launches. That's already building up the funds, for the Ragnarok event. We take all of those funds out. Anybody that is not in profit in the Slayer token ecosystem, we give you back all your money to make sure that you've broke even. So your initial deposits, your taxes, whatever you've paid, you get all those money back. and we also give you an extra couple of percentages on top as well. So you can walk away from the Slayer token ecosystem and say, you know what, I made profit.
Wow.
This is the very first token that I've designed that is always profit. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
when you get in. You get in at the very, very last highest price. You're guaranteed you will come out with profit. Always.
Wow. That's very interesting.
Thank you.
That is amazing. Chappie is asking, why is the buy tax more than the sell tax?
Why is the buy tax? Okay. So when people usually buy things invest, the buying is the most important part, you see, because people usually get in they want to get in as early as possible, like when a token launches.
Mm,
So it makes sense that during when it's the most highest volume, we get most of our fees to put in for our trading bots, which is working for all you holders. Because if I made the sell tax higher, right,
mm,
then we have to wait until somebody has sold to get that fees to put it into our trading bots to be for that money to be working for the community. So I want the money to be working immediately as soon as possible, because the
mm.
sooner it works, the more benefits for our holders.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Makes sense. Wow. So, um, and this is gonna be for the Slayer token,
That's
and
correct. That's the thing.
the Slayer. Okay, I don't want to have the Slayer NFTs are going to be. Um, are the Slayer NFTs like getting some kind of I don't know. I feel like I'm lost a little bit here. Do the Slayer NFTs get a benefit from the Slayer token, like the tokenomics here, like
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So there's going to be three rewards pool, as I mentioned.
Okay,
One reward pool is for the Dragon Slayer NFT holders.
okay,
One
okay,
reward pool is for the Slayer NFT character holders, and the third reward pool, which is for our Dragon Key NFT holders. So a portion of the fees that are paid, instead of them going to the Warhaven treasury, we're going to use that to mint the Shadow Slayer token and put them into a reward pool where holders of those NFTs can claim them every month for free.
I got you. Very cool, very cool. Okay, all right. And that's not the only passive revenue that's going to be coming to the Dragon Slayer NFTs, correct?
That's correct. Because in the future, as we grow our Warhaven ecosystem from other products, certain amount of profits that we make from them, we're going to give it to those NFT holders, because this is like a long-term kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to imagine like a company startup, right? You
Mm-hmm.
get in early, you might be earning this amount of money right now, but you know what? As the company grows and it creates more products, more profits coming in, we're going to be like, hey,
Yeah.
you know what? You guys supported us from the beginning.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is we want to give you a portion of rewards, earnings from there to you guys. Because I have this, like the strong belief that anybody who supports you, when you're first starting off, you need to take care of them. You need to
Mm-hmm.
look after them. These big bundles that we've been selling, recently, and we've actually sold quite a lot of them already. We've sold 41 of them already. There's only 50 of them allowed, so we're almost at the cap there for 1,100. I've always been transparent, and I made it very clear to my
Hey,
holders it's going to
hey,
be like a seed round to build the Slayer token ecosystem. I've never hid that. I've made it very clear. You know what? We need some capital to develop this. So this is what I'm offering, and this is what I'm going to do to look after you guys.
Okay.
So those NFTs have been designed, especially the Dragon Key, to reward them the most.
Okay. Awesome. And so let me see. Blacksmith Forge is asking. So if I wanted to get a Dragon Slayer NFT, I need to buy a War Dragon. Then each Whelp Dragon is received for each $500 deposit into my War Dragon.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. So for every $500 deposits that you do, into your normal trading pool, that's earning your monthly earnings, you just get a free Whelp Dragon. So these are completely free just for doing your normal deposits. And it's
Right.
cumulative. So you could put in, let's say, $600 this month. Okay. So you got yourself one Whelp Dragon. And say next month you put in $900 as an example. Because your total you put in is $1,500 deposit, you actually get three in total. It's cumulative.
Now the 900 would be a totally new deposit. Would the each month, like if he chooses to compound, is that considered a new deposit, or does it need to be just $500 of new money that he's putting in?
Yeah, so it has to be $500 of like new money minimum. It has to be.
Okay, I got you.
Because for transparency, like for every single deposits that a user puts in $500, Warhaven earns 4.25% from the deposit.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically make $21.25 for every $500 deposit that somebody puts in. You see,
Right.
so that's why it's done by deposits.
Okay. All right, that's understandable. All right. Let's see. We have not even talked about what's the fourth level? I'm sorry, I'm looking at this picture let me expand it. The Slayer.
Fourth level is the token, which we just
Okay.
discussed
We
actually.
were talking about okay, yeah. It was shrunk down. Okay. All right. Well, that's a pretty good explanation of everything.
Yeah, one study as like, the Slay token is designed more as a trading token, based because of the extreme volatility and everything, and depends on how versed somebody is in trading, of course, you're buying and you're selling and everything. A user can actually make between 5 to 20% a month just from day trading on the Slayer token. It all depends on their ability and everything. Now, the way I actually recommend advice to actually do the Slayer token is don't put your life savings and everything into it. Just take it easy because this is a product that you will come out with profit the way I've designed it. So you don't have to FOMO or anything. I know a lot of projects they talk about, hey, you know what, we need some FOMO in because we want more money coming in fast and everything. You know what? I don't want you to do that. Take care of your real life priorities first, your living expenses, rent, food on the table. Then look at how much disposable income you've got. So if you're getting a $2,000 paycheck and if say $1,500 is going on your living expenses, take care of that. Don't think you have to go in all out. From that $500, pay yourself first. Maybe put $250 aside for your savings, okay? And that other $250, just dollar cost average into the Slayer token. Now, on any month, if you are in profit, sell, take profit, and then start fresh from next month. Think of it as like a new investment, but you've got some profit. Whatever profit you got, take it out, pull it out of DeFi, put it into your savings or put it into a nest egg or something. Because I want people to take money, you see. Okay. Now, for those who are looking for more longer term and more rewarding structure, which is our Shadow Slayer token, which I mentioned earlier, instead of like selling it for USDC, the Slayer token, once you're in profit range, you can do the alternative redeem system, which allows you to convert that into the Shadow Slayer token.
Okay.
Which obviously has like a lot more benefit, which we spoke earlier about, which is the level 5, of course. So I want people to look at this token as more of like a trading token kind of thing. You don't need to ape in, you don't need to go in heavy, fast or thing. Just take your time. Maybe month 1, month 2, your dollar cost average in. Month 3, okay, I'm in profit range. Sell, take profit. Month 4, start fresh.
Nice. Yeah. Simple. What have we not talked about yet? Have we? I know there's a lot. There's the trading card NFTs. We have not gotten into those very much. I was
Well, I was gonna
reading your.
say just quickly with you, Raj, because just addressing the question here on I guess getting into the Dragon Slayer NFT, like how much you would need. Obviously, there's an advantage with the big bundles at the moment.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
did you want to talk about like the best strategy if you wanted to get a Dragon Slayer NFT? Like, what's the quick path to do that?
Yeah. So, as I stated earlier, I mean, the quickest way to accumulate the most amount of Dragon Slayer NFT is through our big bundles, because I give free, Whelp Dragon NFTs with them. If you get one big bundle, you get 6 free Whelp Dragons. That would
Mhm.
have taken you $3,000 in
Yeah.
deposits just to
Yeah.
earn that. You
Yeah.
get 2 big bundle, you get 6 for your first bundle, and you get 8 for your second bundle. So you can
And
see
what?
how quickly it actually builds up.
And
And how
so
big does your War Dragon deposit have to be in order to just buy a big bundle? Can you just buy a big bundle, or do you have to have a certain amount in your War Dragon?
No, you can actually just buy the big bundle straight away. All you have to do is just like come into our Discord, open up a ticket to say that you're interested in a big bundle, and I will then post the instructions for you to just follow, and that's it. You're a big bundle holder now.
hmm,
We'll be airdropping all the NFTs for the big bundle side. This will be done in October.
very cool. All right.
But there's 9 left, just so everybody knows.
Only
I was
9
here, by
bundles
the way.
left. Okay.
Welcome back. Right.
And when what
Kevin?
what?
Sorry guys,
No,
I'm gonna have to jump off, but I'll leave you guys to it. I'll catch up on the rest of this on the recording.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you, Coach Andrew.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
hey, coach.
Um,
Oliver, I'd like Kevin to explain more about the trading card aspect, because that is actually quite crucial to our Slayer ecosystem and everything that's coming. Would that be okay?
sure. Can I just ask 2 quick questions? One,
Sure.
what's the starting price for the bundles?
It's $1,100 for right now.
Okay. Secondly, what is the benefit to having more than 12 Whelp Dragons? Because I know you need 12 to get a Slayer NFT. What's the benefit if you have 14 because you bought 2 bundles?
Yes. So if you have more than 12, of course, because you need 12 for to accumulate the Dragon Slayer MT, these Whelp Dragons also act as a trading card. So if you got more than 12, it means you got more cards for our Slayer trading game that's coming up. And these
Okay.
Whelps are going to play a very important role.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
Oh, yeah, I can expand on that. So all of the NFTs in this season, which we're calling Dragon Rising, which pretty obvious thematically, they all double as trading cards in the upcoming Slayer trading card game, which we're gonna deploy first on the DApp as a browser-based game, and then later as we build enough revenue to pay for the development as a full-on mobile game. Um, but yeah, the idea is that you can, in fact, make money from these passive income, while also using them to participate in future tournaments, right? Because the project's going to host tournaments, and you'll be able to play against other people. You know what I mean? Um, and so I want to expand on so how are we going to be able?
I turned the camera off, Dave, if you want to walk behind me. Kevin?
The thing is, we're gonna bring out more packs in other seasons. Probably starting next year. Realistically, we'll do season 2 and stuff. But the difference is season 2 cards and onwards. They're not gonna have the same level of hooks as the season 1 cards. Like the character card pack, those are so integrated into the Slayer token ecosystem that they, along with a Dragon Slayer NFT, are the best route for passive income. You will not get that with like the season 2 cards. And as far as the trading card game goes, the other cards in the future, yeah, we're gonna have like a couple that are gonna be overpowered, but we're really gonna move towards balance. And a good example I want to put is like Yu-Gi-Oh, right? I've made this in other AMAs. In Yu-Gi-Oh, this first card that came out, like the season 1 ones, they were super overpowered, right? And then every card that every season of cards they brought out after that were less and less overpowered, you know, on average. Yeah, there were exceptions, obviously, but on average, each season balanced the game more.
We couldn't hear you for a few seconds there, Kevin. If you could
This
repeat
isn't
that.
really my thing, Rod. Huh?
We didn't hear the last like 5-6 seconds of what you said. You cut out.
Oh, what part did I leave off on?
Um, why is there? People are saying that they're not hearing very well.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's okay. You sounded good, and then you just cut out like the last 10 seconds or so. You were talking about overpowered
Oh,
cards
that.
and
Okay. Yeah, no, I was saying that like in Yu-Gi-Oh, the season 1 cards in Yu-Gi-Oh were overpowered.
okay. Oh, dang it, we can't hear you again. Kevin,
There would be a few meta cards here and there, but on average, generally speaking, the game would balance itself out with each new season. That's really the approach we want to take for fairness and for strategies and stuff. And yeah, you know, but the season 1 cards are definitely going to be the most beneficial both for the trading card game and in terms of passive income. Like with the big bundle, for example, right? You get 10 packs of cards, right? And so obviously, if you're thinking about this logically, yes, the passive income stacks. So if you have, you know, five complete packs, right? Then you're going to get a multiplier on how much passive income you can claim, you know, on the D app from Shadow Slayer token. So you'll be able to accrue more Shadow Slayer token faster than somebody who just buys 1 pack of cards when we do the public sale later on in October. And
right.
that's the difference. You know what I mean? So yes, you are paying more upfront, but ultimately you will ROI faster than somebody who buys it at public sale, factually speaking.
I gotcha. I gotcha. And
And the last thing I wanted to say real quick, is that card holders, uh, and just in general, like both Dragon Slayer and the character card NFT holders, they're going to get to season 2 and onwards first. Cards and stuff, right? But those are going to be available first, primarily to people who bought in during the season 1 pre-sale. And so, like, you know, if the free cards mint out, you know, to all the NFT holders, that, you know, is what it is. You know, if there's only like 10 packs left of the free cards for the public, you know, is what it is, because as we have to make sure that it's very beneficial and fair for people who are putting that much money out, and that is more than fair. That if we bring out free cards, they get first dibs. So, I'm sorry. What was your question?
um, I I guess I would say I was looking through the white paper, and um, can is there a way for you guys to make like all of this information like uh like as concise as possible? Um, because it's a lot of information. And it's extremely interesting. I'm just thinking like, uh, can you like the image that we had of the 5 different levels? That was really really good. Is there going to be something like that for like the trading card game? Like just one
Yes,
image that'll explain it all.
Yes, yes. We just
yes,
only
yes.
like updated the gatebook like last week, you see.
Mm-hmm. I could,
So
yeah.
we're adding information as each stage is being completed before our launch in November. So everything will be on the gatebook before our launch.
Okay.
The other thing as well, just an important thing, just wanted to mention, these trading cards as well. They also have another way to earn revenue as well. Okay. Now we've got the trading card tournament that's going to be coming up next year. So in the tournament, there's going to be prize pools of like $3,000 for first place, $1,000 for second place, $500, so on. And the
Mm-hmm.
amount of prize pool that we're going to have, like for the runners up, usually in tournaments, people see like first, second, third place winners, or like 10 winners maximum. I plan to have like around 50 plus winners. So that means it gives people more chance to walk away with something rather than nothing. Okay.
Right.
Now, this would be good for those who love playing trading, card games. Now, but what if a user was not into playing trading card games? How can they benefit from the tournament? Simple.
Mm.
Rent out your card. If you got one of those super overpowered Dragon Key and Dragon Vault, I mean, if you look at the stats on them, on the images in our game, but you will see how overpowered they are. They are pretty much basically like auto win if you're able to pull one of those cards out, from your deck. So somebody who's like looking into participating in the tournament might say, hey, you know what? Kevin's got that card. Hey, Kevin, do you want to rent out your card to me? I will pay you an X amount of money just for renting your card out for 30 days. So the way
Mm-hmm.
that would work is let's say I was to rent out Kevin's Dragon Key card to play in the tournament. I will get a copy of his card. Okay, so that way the original card's not actually leaving his, wallet. His card is going to be like locked up for like say 30 days. He can still do his normal things that he does, like for his, claiming his rewards, etc. But he's just going to lock it up as in he himself can't use that card to play in the tournament because he's lending it out to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Now me, I will get like a copied version of it where I can participate in the tournament using his card, and I
Mm-hmm.
might agree on a price of, let's just say, hey, you know what, I'm going to pay you $100 just to rent out your card for 30 days to play in the tournament. So this works out for me because it means that I have a higher chance of winning a higher prize pool,
Yeah.
and it works out for Kevin because he just made $100 for nothing.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
yeah, yeah. I'm seeing Blacksmith Forge was saying visuals help, especially if this rises to the level of games like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic.
Hmm.
And then Chappie's
Oh,
saying,
something else important as Oliver, I just wanted to mention as well. Um, for those of you who love card games, in the future we do plan to bring this to mobile version. We're talking Apple Store.
Oh,
We're talking like Google Store. So we actually want to bring this globally out in the future. So we're starting off in the DeFi space first. You know, do
very
heavy
ambitious.
marketing, get
Yeah, very.
community in, and then eventually in the
oh,
future, as our revenue sources grow and everything, we're going to start working on mobile phone, for people to be able to play on that. And guess what? For Dragon Key holders, they will get some revenue from it.
I'll
Cool.
actually give you some alpha on the physical question. Do we have plans in the future to do physical? Yes. Caveat: it's gonna take. It's sorry, that was a dog barking. Um, yes, there is gonna be some time though because we have to get out the browser version, right, and then the mobile app, the mobile version. And then, yeah, thereafter, probably late next year. Don't take this as gospel, but probably quarter four 2024. if all goes well and we have a lot of revenue, right, and we're able to, find a company to work with that's reliable, yeah, we can get the ball rolling on that, right, on physical. Now, that said, as I just said, the people who have the season 1 cards, they're going to get access to card packs first, right? That also translates to the physical. So like if we launch the physical cards, right, there's absolutely going to be an exclusive access window for season 1 holders, right? It might be brief, it might be only a few days. I don't know. Me and Raj will and the team will have to talk about that, how, in the future. But there will be an exclusive access window for the season 1 holders when the physical cards come out.
Cool. Well, it seems in our audience we actually have 2 champion Pokemon players from the
Nice.
Oh,
Blacksmith
That's
Forge and Mystic Dragon. They both did very well in the Pokemon trading card game. So that's very cool. I had no idea.
and the only other thing I want to mention on the TCG, and then I'll hand it back to Raj because I do gotta go take care of some stuff here. I got groceries to put away, but
Yeah.
this is really quick. This game is gonna have a few different things from like Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic that most people are used to. The one I want to focus on right now is the extra effects booklet, which I've mentioned in Warhaven a few times already, and in previous AMAs. The extra effects booklet is a way to give cards new life, after they're released. Because, like, in Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, right? Once a card's released, that's it. Whatever effects it has is whatever effects it has. The extra effect booklet allows us to add effects to the game for specific cards post-release. And, we can do that anytime. It's kind of like an extension to the official rules and terms and conditions stuff. And so any effects on the extra effect booklet for any cards are valid in play. Now, these
Cool.
extra effects are going to require, extra steps to activate. Maybe you have to sacrifice a card, maybe you have to sacrifice some life, whatever. But, activating them will be really good. An example, the Dark Wizard card, Lirin, he has a special ability in the extra effects booklet where it's called Word Magic. If you spell out, there'll be a couple different words, but there's one word in particular that if you are able to spell out in a number of turns, it auto activates. And so for the remainder of that duel, you can force a draw. Even if somebody activates an instant win condition, and this includes the Dragon Key. Like if a Dragon Key holder activates the 10-turn countdown, it doesn't matter. If you activated yours first with the Dark Wizard through extra effect, you can force a draw rather than lose. And that is actually the only way in the entire game to draw with a Dragon Key holder. There's no way to win against a Dragon Key holder if they activate that effect. There is only a draw. That's it. So that's why the Dragon Key is so overpowered, and really why we limited the ability to counter it to a card that is in the character cards pack. So I suspect the Wizard card in particular will be very sought after by future card holders because of the ability to force a draw universally across. Because you could be losing the game and you can activate it and force a draw right there.
Oh wow. Well, it seems
So,
like that Blacksmith Forge is very excited about this. He loves it. He says bridging trading card gaming, passive crypto. I love it.
Yep. So that's pretty much where we're at on that. And Raj just posted the Dragon Key and Dragon Vault cards for people to look at. Those are the
Very
most
cool.
overpowered. But hey, Raj, I'm going to hand it back to you for the ending, bud. I'm going to go put my groceries away. Thank you so much, Oliver. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, sure thing. See you, Kevin.
take it easy, brother. Yeah, so I've just posted the images for the 2 most overpowered cards. Okay.
Mhm.
Any serious, duelist would love to own those cards. You can look at the effects. I mean, if you look at the effects, okay, most cards they have like 2 effects or 3 effects in
Mhm.
the card. For
Yeah.
the Dragon Vault, it's got 4 effects. It's the only card that has 4 effects. and
Yeah.
the Dragon Key is the only card that has 5 effects. If I was to use a power level scaling, try to imagine the Dragon Vault and Dragon Key, something like around the level of level 90 plus power range.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dragon Slayer NFT card, trading card, is around level 80 plus. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Everything else that's going to be coming out in the future is going to be between level 1 to like level 50, with occasional level 60, 70, or 80 thrown in. You know, it's going to take a very, very long time before we get anything out that will even come close to the power level of 90 plus to even 100. So
Wow.
these cards really give a massive advantage to any serious duelist. I mean, I've read like Blacksmith. He was a Pokemon champion. Nice to hear that. So just try to imagine this right now. Okay, he's got those cards in his deck. He's participating in a tournament, and he's lucky enough, like when he's able to pull those cards out, which pretty much is an instant win. I mean, good luck trying to beat those cards. So, and now he walks away with a $3,000 prize pool at the end. I mean, you can see not only he's going to get the title of the champion, but he's
Mm-hmm.
also made some nice money as well.
Yep. Yep. That's going to be very exciting. Wow. Well, this is definitely going to require like a whole other AMA to explain this a little better, and I'm sure you guys are going to be working on filling out that white paper as well and coming up with visuals to better explain all this stuff. Because I saw Chappie comment a little earlier that he finds this very interesting. He just it's a little complicated, and he just needs it simplified a little bit. So um, I know
That's
that.
good. Yeah.
I know that people are very
Uh,
interested in this, so go ahead.
Yeah, we just wanted to like create something where, you know what, like it's DeFi is great, with the things that we can do in the DeFi space. But sometimes we need to also bring in real world utilities as well. So
Sure.
this is like, think of this as a starting stage. I mean, if you look at Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon as well, okay?
Mhm.
When they first started, they were at a certain level. But
Mhm.
look where they are right now. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I did have some Pokemon cards. I wish I kept them. When I look at some of the price values that are, um,
Yeah.
for some of those cards.
Yeah.
But hey, you live and learn and everything, okay?
Yeah.
Now, I've already mentioned on the AMA right now, we do plan to bring this into the mobile version in the future. So this way, we can bring in players from all around the world who are not even in the DeFi space.
Mm.
And as it gets more popular, imagine a company coming up to us and say, "Hey, you know what? We like your game and everything."
Mhm.
Just think of the potential that can be done. I like to do things in a realistic
Yeah.
time frame. So just think of this as like this is the earliest stage anybody can get into
Yeah.
acquiring them. Now, because each of these cards are limited, okay? I mentioned earlier that the Dragon Slayer NFT cards, like the 200 maximum in circulation that's ever going to be allowed. This
Mhm.
means once we hit 200, even the Whelp Dragons, we will stop giving them out.
Hmm.
So that stopped and everything.
Yeah.
These Dragon Key and Dragon Vault, the theoretical cap is 100, but that does not mean there will ever be 100. It's actually going to be a lot more less than that. Because imagine right now, okay, because you need to own 10 packs of Slayer empty character cards, which is 50 cards,
Mhm.
in order to qualify to earn a free Dragon Key and a Dragon Vault. Imagine somebody only owns 9 packs. They never bothered to get, like, say, the 10th pack.
Mhm.
Those 9 packs are with that person forever, which means it can never. It means like one Dragon Key and one Dragon Vault will never be given out. You see, because that person has not completed the set, so there
Right.
will actually be less than 100 Dragon Key and Dragon Vault because these card packs are going to be diversified all over the place.
Mhm.
So the big bundle is the easiest way to get them. We only started our big bundle sale just less than, I think it was on the 13th of September we started.
Cool.
Already we're at 41 big bundles sold out already, and there's 9 left.
Wow. Wow. That is
And
really
each one with a 56% discount. 56% discount, so that's why it just costs $1,100. As soon as it goes into public launch, people will need to buy packs for $250 because you need 10 packs, that's $2,500, and then open a ticket in order to claim your free Dragon Key and Dragon Vault. So do you want to pay $2,500 or do you want to pay $1,100?
And how many, just remind me, how many Dragon Keys and Dragon Vaults are there?
The theoretical cap is 100 of each. But
Okay.
that's all. But we only give it out if somebody has got 10 packs of Slayer Empty character card packs.
I gotcha. So, and there's 50 of these packs that you're selling at a discount.
That's correct. 56% discount.
And when you get one of these, one of these bundles will get you. I'm trying to keep up here. One of these bundles will get you a Dragon Key and a Dragon Vault.
That's correct.
Wow. So that's quite a value in that. I'm just
Yeah.
so after these 50 are sold out, there's only 50 more of the Dragon Key and Dragon Vault cards.
That's correct. Theoretically, yes. But
Wow.
I do not believe we will ever hit 100 Dragon Key or Dragon Vault because people will be like buying them, like, they'll have different distribution. I do not believe we'll ever hit 100 Dragon Key or Dragon Vault. I would say
Really?
more around a range of 80 plus we will hit. So this actually makes the reward pool even more lucrative because imagine right now you own one Dragon Key. Let's say there's 80 Dragon Key in existence. So
Yeah.
you own 1.25% of the circulating supply. Okay.
Right.
Now imagine the reward pool for the Dragon Key holders is $3,000 for the month, from our Slay token ecosystem. So from that $3,000 reward pool, since you own one Dragon Key, you're going to get $37.50.
You did that math really quickly.
So you can see how rewards just keep on building.
And so you think that they won't sell out? You think the other 50 won't sell out?
The other 50, they will eventually sell out because they're going to be a lot more expensive. It'll cost $2,500 compared to the $1,100. It will take a bit more time, of course.
I mean,
we're currently at 41.50.
I'm just amazed that you guys have sold 41. I mean, that's really impressive. In just 3 weeks, you sold, like, in essence, a lot. That's a lot of money that you guys raised in a short amount of time. That's very impressive.
One of the key factors, I believe, is because of the communication that I do in our private channel that we have in our Warhaven Discord. So anybody who's a War Dragon holder tier or higher gains access to our private channel. And what I also do private AMAs as well. So I give them a lot of information. I go through everything with them. And I also believe it's also due to my reputation in Warfire as well. Because I am someone who, even a couple of months ago in Warfire, we did a transition for our soldier NFT holders where we transitioned them into the Warbot. We had to do some manual airdrops of users' funds. Now, these funds, when we do manual airdrops, they were sent to like my personal wallet, you see, and I airdrop them to our community members. Okay? Now, when you're dealing with $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 of users' funds, and not a single dollar has gone missing, it builds that trust that a lot of users, they know, hey, you know what? You had my money in your personal account when you lot had to do the airdrops, and you did as you're supposed to do your duty. You did not steal or anything. So a lot of people, they trust me. They value my integrity and everything. So they know that whatever I'm coming out with, they know I've done the math behind it.
Yep. I can. I can second that. Just from the few talks I've had with you, you definitely seem like a guy that's not that's honest and that's decent and that's not going to be doing anything shady, and definitely not, you know, uh, doing anything to harm his investors. That's the impression that I get just from a few conversations with you. So,
Thank you.
yeah, and you're very you're just a very kind man, very easy to talk to. So I can tell you, I've enjoyed my conversations with you, and I know we'll have conversations in the future because I know people in our community are going to be real interested about this. So let's, if we can, let's wrap this up because I need to walk my dog and have dinner with my wife. So um, it has been a real pleasure talking to you guys. I know the community has enjoyed this. So Raj, if you have just any closing words to wrap this up, I'll let you go ahead.
Sure, of course. There is just one major alpha I would like to drop, please. Okay. But
Sure.
we can discuss about that in the future, of course.
Mhm.
There is another special token that will be coming out next year. Okay. This is called the Dark Slayer token. Now, the interesting thing about this is try to imagine a token, there's no buy tax or sell tax, but it still makes revenue. How's that possible?
How is that possible? You've
People
raised
will have to
money
wait and
some
find
other
out.
way. Yeah. I'm just gonna theorize. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah. And the
Very
dark
cool.
key holders get first access to it.
Ooh. Man, so much more to unpack in here. Wow, very cool. All right. Well, that was very cool. Thank you for that alpha. All right. Well,
Well,
thank you for being here, Raj and Kevin, and also Coach Andrew, who had to go train someone. But it was a pleasure talking to you guys, and thank you all for being here in the audience and for your questions. And we'll look forward to talking to Warhaven again about all these things that they have in the works. It's very ambitious. It's inspiring to me to see how ambitious you guys are. So you've inspired me. Very cool. Thank you guys for this talk. It was a pleasure.
pleasure as well. Always a pleasure to speak with you, Oliver. You have a nice day.
Thank you. You too. Bye, guys.
Thank you, audience. Take care.